Here are 4 places on Spotify that you can send your fan traffic to, and I'm going to reveal my favorite one that has consistently given me the most streams. Hey, it's John here at Hyped. If you're promoting your music on Spotify, no matter whether you do this with social media or you do it with Facebook and Instagram ads or you do it with email marketing campaigns or anything else, you will need to send fans to a particular place on Spotify to check out your music. But where do you send them? An artist profile, a release, a song, a playlist, somewhere else? I'm going to share 4 destinations on Spotify that you can send your fan traffic to. I'm going to talk the pros and the cons, and I'm going to share with you which one is my most favorite one that I use over and over again because it has consistently given me the most streams. In fact, many more streams than any of the others. To show you this, let's hop over to my screen and jump right in. The first place that I want to talk about where you can send your fan traffic on Spotify is your artist profile. As I'll talk about the 4 places where you can send your traffic on Spotify, you will notice a theme. And the theme is that fans are most likely to take the actions that are offered to them right on top of their Spotify experience. And that's usually the same no matter whether it's a desktop experience or a mobile experience. Right now I'm looking at my artist profile, and that's actually the first destination I want to talk about. What happens if you send your fan traffic from your music promotion efforts to your artist profile? There are 2 primary actions that Spotify offers on top of this page. One is a play button. The other one is a follow button. And the play button, once you hit it, it starts playing your most popular songs from top to bottom. And this is exactly the result that you're going to be mostly seeing if you send your fan traffic to your artist profile. So the pros here are, this is the best destination if your main goal is to grow Spotify followers. And Spotify followers can be helpful because they can help you get bigger release radar pushes whenever you put out new music. So if you want to grow your followers on Spotify and that's one of your primary goals, then sending your fan traffic, no matter whether you generate it from social media or from an email list, you want to send it to your artist profile because that follow button is right there on top of the page. But there's also a downside to sending fan traffic to your artist profile, and this is that you cannot control the order of songs that are going to play for fans coming to this profile page. If a fan hits the play button, they first listen to your most popular track, then the second and the third and so on. In general, that's cool, right? Because the likelihood that you're going to get more streams for every listener you bring to this page is very high. And that's just awesome for any kind of music promotion. You always want to get the maximum number of streams for every listener because maximum number of streams means A, you get more royalties, and B, it enhances the popularity of your artist profile on Spotify. But the trouble here is that maybe your most popular song isn't the one that you want to promote. So let's say you have a new release out that you just dropped. Chances are that's not going to show up in your list of most popular songs. So sending your fan traffic to your artist profile would not be a very effective way to promote that new release. And so whenever I want to promote my artist profile to maximize follower growth, I actually reverse engineer it and use the most popular song in my promotion campaign to drive traffic to this page so that fans coming here, they see that the song that I promoted is the first one on my most popular list and therefore the first one that they listen to when they hit the play button. So the artist profile is great to grow followers and it's great to pick up multiple streams per listener, but it sucks at promoting a specific track unless it's already one of your most popular songs. So let's look at the second destination on Spotify that you can send fan traffic to, and this is a release. So now I'm looking at the release page for one of my most recent releases called Harlem House, and you can see that this release has 2 tracks on it. So what are the primary actions that fans can take here? They can hit the play button, which starts playing the release top down, or they can hit the save to your library button here, this heart icon. Now, if a fan hits this icon here, it does not actually add the songs from the release to your liked songs playlist, okay? Instead, what happens is that Spotify will add the album to the liked albums section of that music fan, which, to be honest, doesn't seem to be a very popular destination on Spotify from which fans listen to music that they previously saved. So I would make the argument that getting a save on a song is worth more than getting a save on a release. And that release can be either a single or an EP or an album. It doesn't matter. Every time you put up music on Spotify, Spotify wraps it in a release. It doesn't really matter how many songs are on it. So the pro here is that if your release has multiple songs on it, you are again very likely to pick up multiple streams per listener. And that's a great thing because it makes every listener worth more to you as the artist. But the downside is that if a fan likes or saves the album, this is worth a lot less than if they actually saved the song and having your music added to the liked songs playlist of a fan. This is a much more popular playlist that lots of fans turn to very often to stream music and listen to music that they've already saved, which is when you pick up additional streams. So you don't see that same effect work just as well for saved release. And if you think about that, you technically could take the same songs from your release, put it on a playlist, and have the same effect on the streams from the playlist, but fans could then follow the playlist, and that playlist would show up prominently here on the left side of their Spotify account. Now, they might actually benefit to this. So I'm going to come back to playlists a little bit later. But I think it's fair to say already that sending fan traffic to the release page is probably my least favorable option because the results are just not there. Now, up next, I can also send my fan traffic to a particular song. So for example, this is the song page for the extended mix on this Harlem House release. And again, what are the primary actions here? Fans can hit the play button, and this plays the song, of course, or they can hit the save to your library, hit the heart, the save button, and this will, in fact, save that song to their liked songs folder. So this is what I really want for saves, which means sending my fan traffic to the song page is probably the best way to maximize saves on the song. But the downside here, the con of sending fan traffic to the song page is that there's only one song here. So some fans might repeat stream the song. So you'll probably still see that the number of streams you're getting for every listener is higher than one, but it's not going to go crazy. What I've seen in the past seems to be that songs get about a 2, maybe sometimes 2.5 multiple of streams to listener. And if you compare this with the streams you might naturally get from sending somebody to your artist profile or to a playlist, which I'm going to talk about next, this destination here of the song page just isn't very effective to get the maximum number of streams for every fan. And so that gets me to destination number 4, where you can send your fan traffic on Spotify, and this is a playlist. And in my particular case here, what I'm showing you is a playlist that has only my songs on it. I called this playlist This Is John Gold. Now, obviously, this is a popular naming format on Spotify. This is, and then insert the artist name. But this isn't one of those playlists that Spotify created for me. I made this playlist myself, and you can tell by looking at the author here, the creator of the playlist, this does not say Spotify, this says John Gold. And I didn't have to label this playlist This Is John Gold. To be effective, I could have labeled it John Gold Essentials or Best of John Gold. But what's important to me is that fans can clearly understand this is a playlist about my music, which means all the songs on the playlist are songs that I released. And so here's what I love about this destination to send my fan traffic. The first one is that sending fans to a playlist with my songs on it has given me the highest number of streams per listener. And I want to show you this by quickly jumping into my Spotify for Artists profile. I'm looking under music here, looking at playlists. And if I scroll down here to the listener playlist, this is the playlist, This Is John Gold. You can see that this playlist has gotten about 33,000 listeners and almost 400,000 streams. So on average, I'm getting about 12 streams per listener I'm sending to the playlist. And this is just a bigger multiple of streams to listener than I've been able to get with any other destination where I send my fan traffic on Spotify. But this is not the only awesome thing that I love about using this kind of playlist. The second thing I love about it is that with this playlist that I made myself, I control the content. So if I have a new release out and I want to give this new release the top exposure on this playlist, which is the first position, I can just drag it up there. So different from the most popular songs on my Spotify profile or any other playlist that Spotify made for me, I control the order of these songs. I can move songs up, I can move songs down, and I can give the top exposure to just the kind of music that I want to promote the most. And last but not least, about the benefits of this playlist is that fans can like and save this playlist. Now, this doesn't show up for me here because I'm logged in as John Gold, so this is my own playlist. I can save my own playlist, but if you were to visit this, you would see a heart icon here that would allow you to like the playlist. And you can see that this playlist over time has accumulated over 50,000 likes. And lots of those are music fans that come back to the playlist and listen to my music again down the road. So that means this playlist is now a promotional asset that I own. If I have a new release out and I want to get listeners and streams for that new release, without doing anything else, I can get some by just plugging that song into this playlist here and giving it instant exposure. So the playlist doesn't just help me to promote the song I'm promoting right now, but it lets me easily promote any future song that I'm putting out on Spotify down the road. There's just one small negative that I ran into when I pursued this strategy, and this is that in the very beginning, I didn't have enough songs out on Spotify to build a nice This Is John Gold playlist with enough music on it. Now, after having done this for a while, I would now say that the moment you have 6 songs or more out on Spotify, that's probably a good starting point where there is enough music to put it together on a playlist that you create for yourself as an artist. And if you have less than 6 songs out on Spotify, you of course have the option of making this a curated playlist with some of your music and some other music on it of related artists. So the other songs on this playlist should obviously complement your kind of music. In this case, I wouldn't call it This Is John Gold. I would give it a different name that is more associated with the theme or the sound of my music. But I would really only do this until I hit like 6 songs on Spotify, and then I would convert this playlist into an artist playlist so that it can have all of my music on it. And so if you were to ask me, John, what's your most favorite place on Spotify to send your fan traffic, I would wholeheartedly say it's my This Is John Gold playlist every day of the week. I love this playlist, and it literally feels like it's showering me with streams from my fans. Now, when it comes to sending fan traffic over into Spotify, there's obviously different ways to do this. You can do it with social media, you could do it with email marketing. My number one preferred way is to use Facebook and Instagram ads. And the reason why I love those so much is that I'm able to attract a diehard audience of music fans who already love the sound and the style of my music. The only problem is they've never heard of me, but the moment they discover my music, which already matches what they love to listen to, it is so very likely for them to come over to Spotify and then check me out and stay and engaging with my music. And so this is why I've been running Facebook and Instagram ads for years. And more recently, I automated this process with Hyped It so that it's now easier and faster than ever to launch high impact music ads on Facebook and Instagram without even having to open up Facebook Ads Manager. It's literally the software that can do it all. And so if you're wondering, hey, John, how can the software help me send my fan traffic to these different destinations on Spotify? Then let me show you real quick how this lines up. All I'm going to do is click over to Hyped It. Hyped It's at hypedit.com. You can just create an account or log in. I'm looking at the ad campaigns dashboard, and here I'm clicking the green button that's called New Campaign. And now I see a couple promotion templates here, specifically made for Spotify. Hyped It also supports other platforms, but the most important ones here that I want to show you as part of this video at the top here. You have the Grow My Spotify Artist Profile. Well, if you use this template, it's going to send fan traffic to your artist profile, just like I showed you here on Spotify. If you use the Grow My Spotify track playlist, well, it's going to send fan traffic directly to a particular song on Spotify. And if you want to know what is my favorite template, it's of course the Grow My Spotify playlist, which sends the fan traffic directly to a playlist, and not just to a playlist, to a specific song on that playlist via deep links. So that really gives you the benefit of growing a particular song and growing the playlist on which that song is all at the same time. So this is my number one promotion template that I used over and over again pretty much for all my releases now. And if you want to know how to set up one of those Grow My Spotify playlist campaigns, which is super easy, this literally just takes minutes, I'm going to leave a link above here that walks you through that entire process and can get you up and running in no time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like, the subscribe, and the bell icon below so you can get more videos like this on YouTube about how to get more listeners, more streams, and more fans for your music on Spotify. And if you want to dive deeper and check out my entire process that has allowed me to grow my music to now millions of streams on Spotify, while taking me only minutes a week, literally minutes, because I'm using automation software to make a lot of these things happen, then check out this next clip right here. Want to get your music heard on Spotify with AI? I just launched a brand new video training program called the Spotify Growth Switch, where I show you how to start growing real listeners, real fans, and real streams on Spotify in less than 10 minutes using software and AI. I've used the Spotify Growth Switch system to now grow my music to over 7 million streams and tens of thousands of monthly listeners on Spotify. This works for any music genre. It gets you real fans and listeners super fast, and it's extremely easy to set up, literally just like flipping a spotlight switch for your music. Despite using AI, you don't need to know nothing about tech stuff in order to be successful with this. I've had the tremendous privilege of helping multiple tens of thousands of music artists grow their music on Spotify, many of which have grown to much larger numbers, lots more listeners, lots more streams than I have using the systems that I've taught. Makes me so proud of their success. And so if you want to get more real listeners, real fans, and real streams for your music fast using state-of-the-art software and AI, then click the link below this video and check out the Spotify Growth Switch. I can't wait to help you grow your music on Spotify, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside.